There are many different Sufi orders around the world. Each order is named after its founder, a spiritual master who attained enlightenment. Sufi orders have developed specific methods of guiding their seekers towards spiritual awareness. Let's take a closer look at Sufis around the world.
Body, mind and soul, which is very important and very popular concept now, but sometimes they introduce it as mind, body, soul, where if you take it from that vantage point, that bringing the mind into discipline, bringing the body into discipline, bringing the soul into discipline. Sufism teaches a slightly different version of that it's important to first go after the body. So it's body, mind and soul. That we understood that if this physicality doesn't submit, if the physicality is not really going to discipline itself and come onto a path, then how is it going to discipline the mind and how is it going to affect the soul? So then the reality is that if you just take your mind into meditation but your body is free to do whatever it likes, then that is just a level of illusion where we're meditating only through the mind, and the mind can go in any direction but has no restriction on the physicality. So then you see some people who meditate and can do anything with their bodies. Sufism comes to teach us a energy and holistic way that if you discipline the physicality, put some restrictions upon the physicality, bring down the power of the ego, bring down all of these desires, restrict it, instead of being a wild horse it becomes a tamed horse. And anybody who has seen or watched how they tame wild horses is that a horse is not easily going to be ridden. He's not going to allow the rider onto a wild horse. He's not used to having anything ride him. So then the concept of breaking in the horse, which is the wild ego that has never been told or never been disciplined, means then they take these bags on the saddle, fill them with bricks and put this weight onto that wild horse. And the weight onto the horse makes the horse begin to buck and kick because it's extremely upset with that concept of weighing me down. I was free to roam as I liked, means that that horse has to be weighed down. And these disciplines are teaching us that it weighs down the physicality, that I have to contemplate on how much to eat and how much to drink and how much to play and how much to give to this physicality. And when I start to put these weights onto the physicality and restrict the physicality, it becomes more tamed. As it becomes more tamed, then the mind becomes clear. That the mind can then work with the physicality, that now that you've restricted onto the body, the mind is now freer to understand that reality. So then in Sufi meditation you would meditate, contemplate and discipline yourself. Once you put these disciplines upon the physicality, at that time you close your eyes and begin to control the mind, that not to think of too many different things but think of the Divine Presence. Think about returning back to that ocean of light. And in Mawlana Shaykh's teaching of Sufism is that we're created in the world of light first. So then that's our nucleus, that's the center of power. You can't be in existence without that center of power. You have to have that nucleus. So that means we come from that world of light. And from a small portion of that world of light, it's sent down until the time our physicality comes into existence. When that baby is born and that birth is then written and destined, a portion of that light is put into that child. So then the greater light, the greater reality is always in Divine Presence, is in the nucleus. And our physicality, like the electrons on the outer ring, is what's manifesting. Sufism is teaching us that all these electrons, they want to collide back into the nucleus.